Attention, all curious minds, innovators, and trendsetters. It's time to pause, lean in, and get ready for an extraordinary journey as we dive deep into the fascinating realms of life, technology, entertainment, and business. Let's explore, learn, and grow together. Brace yourselves, for the next thrilling episodes of Hipther Talks is about to take off. Counting down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And here we go.
Hi everyone, Zoltan here. We're back again this week with Hipther Talks, and we are sticking to the AI in iGaming topic this week. And I have the pleasure of having the CTO of Great Tech, Edward. I am not going to pronounce his last name, guys. He is going to do it for us because it's pretty complicated. So Edward, it's nice to have you here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right. So, before we dive into the questions, we have this tradition on Hipther Talks that we would like to give the opportunity for our guests to say a few words about themselves in their own words. So, Edward, the floor is yours.
Yeah. So, my name is Edward Smyshliayev. It's quite a headache for airport announcements if something is go wrong. But other than that, it's just fine. So, I'm 25 years into the tech. I have 15 into the service business, 8 in iGaming. I have an MBA from Politecnico di Milano, PhD from Comenius University here in Slovakia, where I'm located with my family and beautiful 2 princesses with my daughters at the same time. We had our rock band with them, but it's disbanded, so I decided that, I need to make my career another turn. If it's not a rock band with my daughters, then, I should be sticking to what I do the best, which is tech. Yeah. Thank you for having me again.
All right. We're excited to have you here, and it's nice to see the guitar in the background.
Yeah.
All right. So let's start with the big news, because Great Tech is just launched its AI tutorials, and I'm interested about what sparked the idea behind creating these, and what do you hope people will take away from them?
So first of all, our tutorials is not a new thing. We were doing this for a long time already. We had the tutorials, for example, on our unified back office, and then we had a series for our CRM. And as with previous, topics for our tutorials, we wanted to show like real life application for our backend. In this particular case, with AI, walk operators through the daily use scenarios. Show that actually, AI can be fun and creative, and it's actually like a co-piloting, helping you to manage your daily routines as an operator. And what we want to have people as a takeaway is. Right now, AI is everywhere on our platform. It makes your life easier, and we call it automation innovation, for a reason.
All right, so let's shift to the operator side of things. So how is AI used in CRM at Great Tech? I'm interested about things like campaign text generation, or maybe predicting player churn.
Yeah, all right. So for segmentation, we have dynamic models working real time based on different approaches that we have in place. So different RFM models, for example, and its variants like RFM-I, RFM-TC, and other stuff like ABCD variants, that are bad player classification. I know it's a lot of abbreviation and kind of stuff, but actually it's a cool thing, to provide you with a different capability and having it very precise control over the segmentation dynamically that happening just in the real time. As for churn prediction, we have a 30-day probability scores, like how likely or dislikely people will be engaging, disengaging from you. Also for message generation, we have open source LLM to train it on internal data, and it's ready to use for tailoring, for example, email and SMS messages for various of campaigns. So all in all, we're covering all the segments.
All right, so it's good to know. We have been working on some vibe coding. Our company does not have the capabilities to have AI specialists work for us, but we've been doing vibe coding and building our own gateway as a networking app. It's going to be released in September, and one of your colleagues also he's helped us give some feedback on the beta testing. So yeah, I know that this backend that is probably available also for the operators. It's not that easy to build. So yeah, congratulations on this, because the CRM is pretty complicated. And trying to uncomplicate it is taking probably a lot of time. So I'm also interested about the risks and fraud. So that's an area where AI is often seen as very essential. We've seen it in the financial world with the payments and everything. So what's Great Tech doing in this particular field that sets it apart from its competitors?
Yeah, all right. Thank you for your question. And also answering, the previous take. Yeah. AI is not the only thing that, do the magic here. So, of course, you need a really strong team, and you definitely know about this, of experts. And Great Tech was doing this for many years and, gathering this experience and expertise inside our departments. And then it was empowered by the capabilities of the technologies like AI and different meta-heuristic algorithms, for example, because when talking about risk and stuff, you should not be relying on just one tool or one approach. It's better to have multiple tools available for you that combine the data from different angles. Saying that sometimes maybe it's a real person who is looking on the case, and then you have AI neural networks that suggests you some ideas, and then you have some more general algorithm, like, for example, particle swarm optimization, who can also find some anomalies and then combine data that would make you, really succeed in this field. And we have the behavioral anomaly detection that, looking for any kind of anomalies that are available in the system. We have a pattern recognition because we have tons and tons of data about how players are usually playing, paying, and all this stuff. So we can see if something really is sketchy, going on in the system almost immediately in the real time. And we have to do a kind of proactive approach, trying to find the emerging patterns that are not yet in our data, in our system. Yep.
All right. So yeah, it makes a lot of sense because, as you mentioned, it's not just having the AI tool that's helping you build stuff. For instance, when I started this project of ours, I was using a tool that uses AI agents. So you basically tell that AI agent the project, and he designs everything for you. But if you don't have an idea and like a critical thinking about the background and everything, you get swamped. And then you just have the awesome looking app, but the functionalities all have errors. And then comes the securing part, then comes the fraud part. So yeah, you need to understand all of these things. It's not magic that you give you tell an AI agent to create this for you and he will do it A to Z. You need to, and this is why probably developers are not going to be out of a job, because there's no perfect client that's going to tell AI the perfect prompt to create something, because things take time and debugging and stuff like that. So yeah, this is because now we're getting to the AI versus human part, because many are considering as a friend or maybe considering as a replacement. So one thing your tutorial emphasis is that AI doesn't replace people; it supports them. But yeah, let's be honest, that's not how a lot of people feel this year. So do you think that iGaming is better positioned than other industries to strike this balance between AI and human?
Yeah, it's an amazing question, and I'm into everything you just said, before. So I feel there is a big difference between how people feel and what the real market situation is in all kind of domains, not only in iGaming. So it was my topic of interest for some time already, and I could not find any data that would support the statement about the ongoing AI apocalypse for the job market. And if we were looking in the past, for example, many jobs become obsolete by the tech in the history of mankind. Starting like from armorers in 16th century due to deployment of firearms, Aquabas in particular, and then they had to become someone else, like gunsmith.
Exactly.
Yeah. In telecom, we had telegraph operators, obsolete. Then we had switchboard operators, this lady who was, switching cables so the call would make through, obsolete. But if you're looking on the data of headcount of telecom company, it's just constantly growing.
Yeah.
And so it didn't affect unemployment. And across the board, American unemployment right now, last month was remaining low at around 4%. And I believe they had around 11 in 1982, was caused by recession and not the tech. So the thing is that despite this massive barrage about how companies are using AI in the operation, mostly it becomes a marketing. I would say that if I remember that the economists, they wrote that as per latest research, they found that less than 10% American companies are actually using AI in operation. But if you're looking at the LinkedIn feed, like everyone is doing this.
And so that's a great example.
So, we're really trying to employ it. We really try to make the difference. But, here's the thing. As far as we automated one part, like, for example, in fraud, we make people available to do something else, because there are so much things, we want to do. There's so much releases we want to bring to our customers, and we have a roadmaps for years ahead. So we're happy when we did some automation, we freed up some hands who can work on something else entirely. And we don't do layoff because of that. And I feel like it's applicable for most of the companies, to be honest.
Yeah, so basically AI is helping companies grow and get more things done and actually hire more people after.
Yeah, it's creating job opportunities, not crippling the market. So yeah, that's how I feel it. And that's how I feel safe, for my job security or even my kids' job security. And they're just 9 right now. So probably AI will be even better when they will hit the market.
Yeah, exactly. And for those who are listening and still feeling puzzled, this is one of the great answers out there, that companies can rely on AI to grow and even hire more people, not just like cut their teams. Because some industries say that they are cutting their teams and leaning on AI. But why do you believe the human expertise is still crucial in our industry, in iGaming, even with the smartest AI tools?
No, I mean, it's in every field, I feel, but talking about iGaming, even like this anomaly detection in fraud detection. So we have, and everyone who's in the field, they know about, you have a lot of false positives. You need a human really to understand which one is better. And, it's better to having, as I said before, like different optics on the situation, and the human also provides some kind of empathic way and very unique experience that, as of now, we need to admit AI and neural networks cannot reproduce. We have yet to make a breakthrough that AI will be, replacing humans in most of the tasks. We still need to find a way how to put more data in them, but still, keep efficiency on the good level. We still need to find, a lot of tweaks and hints how to make it go. I don't feel that AI can replace in any job right now. It's very handy. It's, I think, someone very brilliant who called it Copilot. It's how it works right now. It's your Copilot. It's your tool. You use it. But still, it's not about the tool. It's the person who behind the tool who really makes a difference with his expertise, talents and creativity.
Yeah, exactly. So do you guys internally at Great Tech, how do you make sure that AI is helping and not dragging you back in terms of workforce?
Oh, we actually, even quite encouraging, people to go, for example, when they do software management with Copilot, right? So because we know and we see that it's actually increasing our production rate by around 25%. So, faster, to code, faster to deliver. But still, when you do this, you need to have controls in place. And since we had it as a process for a long time, I'm talking about like code reviews. I'm talking about, quality assurance engineer, smoke tests and all this, kind of tech vaka that we are using in place, ensuring that AI will not break anything. There will be no security breach of any kind, but it will be really empowering our employees. It will be empowering our company.
All right. So let's also talk about the future of AI, because I'm interested in about what comes after the large language models. Like, for instance, ChatGPT, which became a global phenomenon like almost overnight. It just like appeared, and everybody's been using it. Of course, like not everybody. That's just a saying, but you and your team know that this is just the surface, right? So what's bubbling beneath, and what should really be what should we be paying attention to?
It's everything that I will say is highly subjective, probably, but I'm a little bit more conservative on that. I have a PhD in AI and machine learning, so I had to build a lot of stuff under the hood and research a lot of things how it will work for the future. And I think it's important just to look a little bit, back about how it was evolving. So we had the machine learning, right, that actually is based on the statistics algorithms that were known for almost 70 years already. So it was a white papers made in 1950s and around that era about how machine learning should work. But we had no computing power to really adapt it broadly. Then we had AI described in early 90s of the last century. Once again, we had no computational power to really make use of it. And with increase of resources, this GPU computational stuff, we really was able to take this algorithm and bring it to a very next level. But still, in general, what AI is and what deep learning and then before machine learning is, it's kind of statistics, kind of average. All this regression and classification stuff was already known by humanity for many, many years. And so when we're looking, for example, on the Gen AI, when they generate picture, and it's a funny thing to do. So you can ask Gen AI, DALI, anyone that you like to make an image of Arnold. Can you guess what you will get?
Yeah, he will reply that he cannot create a photo of a celebrity or public figure.
Yeah, but let's say that the safety mechanism is not in place, because the thing is, I know only two Arnolds probably. There also was some writer in the past, but I don't remember his last name. So I know two Arnolds. One is Schwarzenegger, of course, and the other is cartoon character Hey Arnold. So what AI is generating 9 times out of 10 is this cartoon character with muscles. Right?
All right.
Because it's because it's just an average, because between the Schwarzenegger and this cartoonish, guy. And if you don't have this safety mechanism in place, it will generate Arnold Schwarzenegger sometimes with his face, but then it will be this cartoonish manner from this cartoon. So it's still a kind of average of all this data that he has. What I feel, about the future is two things. So first, we need still yet to make a breakthrough in order to produce even more data into neural network, but somehow optimize it. Because, when we're looking in the human biology, on the cortex, and where we find all this inspiration to make neural networks for LLM and other stuff, we can see that it's much more data that our brain can process that currently LLM has to train on. Right, and I'm talking like in hundreds. So our brain is so much capable right now in terms of terabytes, petabytes of data that available to our neurons than we have for LLMs. So we still need to find a way how to produce a more generalistic this approach and give it more data, and then we probably will see a breakthrough, and maybe in 5 years, it could be my prediction. ChatGPT and the kind of stuff will be easily crack all this kind of how it's called Turing tests, so
Oh, yeah.
really would not be known that if it's really I'm talking to the human or not. Because right now, okay, sometimes it's sketchy, but in general, you always know, okay, this guy is definitely an AI.
Yeah.
So it's very, hard to fool you around. But I would say in 5 years, it will be a thing, and they will really break this barrier. That's my prediction. The second part is creating AI more specialized and different, tooling. Because right now we're talking LLMs, it's built on everything. It's just like restaurant critics data, songs and all this stuff. And when you want to create AI, that the only thing is, for example, tend the garden. You don't need all this information. You just need about plants, about weather, and about all kinds of this stuff and automation. So you would need to make all this very efficient but very specialized agents that will be much better than the general idea of LLMs that we have today.
All right. So since you mentioned the agents, this is something that everybody's been talking about, the agentic AI.
Mm-hmm.
So, which is, for those who don't know, it's a self-directed system that can complete goals without the step-by-step command. So you just give them the first command, and until it finishes, it doesn't stop. That's I think is the most easy way to put it. So, what excites you or concerns you about this evolution?
It really depends how we build it. So if we're building like a chain of commands that we have like different specialized agents that, and then we have like an algorithm that, calling all this agent, in turns. So for example, smart house, right? So you have an agent who is cleaning the floor, this kind of Roomba. And then you have like a special agent who is turning the lights. Yeah, and then you have a link. An algorithm is it actually, making sure that everything works when it's needed and that's not being confused. That it's fine. But when we have like trying to build some kind of self-organized systems, like self-government system, where AI can create a different agent, replace some agent, and they can try to work together. Right now is where we have a disaster. It just doesn't work. I will give you just example from real life. So me and my wife was trying to choose color of the wall for the renovation. And I would say that me and my wife are highly intelligent agents. But when we came to this issue, what color should be, we could not find an agreement. So we was probably trained on a different data. And what we had in the end, in the compromise, the colors that we hated both. And we was living with that color for 10 years. Because we could not reach a better, work results that will work for both of us. And it feels like agents right now is the same. When you're having two agents work on the same task, as soon as they're aligned, it works. But as soon as they have some, insuperable difficulties to understand each other, it's just not going to work. And when you measure the efficiency, you will always find that one agent by itself has better efficiency than any kind of combination agents and working together. It will be the same efficiency or lower, but for the single agents, it will be quite stable on the same good level. So here we have right now a problem. So how we can really ensure that they can work together, communicate, find agreements, because as I said, right now, highly intelligent agents, insuperable difficulties to find an agreement.
All right, so let's get back to iGaming, because
yeah.
I'm interested about what are your personal most excited things when it comes to AI's future in this industry.
I'm excited about the day when everyone stops hyping about it and start really, doing this and implementing and sharing those ideas, with the market, doing some white papers, something that also we are planning, to do in the future. Because, to get all together, we can really bring a better experience, better tooling, for the players and for the market in general. And the sooner we will do it, the happier I will be.
All right, so that's good to know. I'm also interested about the like what should players be expecting in the next 3 or 5 years, and on the flip side, what will operators gain from smarter and more scalable backend systems?
Well, it's a highly debatable topics, and I was also like doing research, talking to many people about this, like how they envision that maybe we should also focus on the topics as well. The one thing that I really enjoy and probably fond of is personalization, highly enhanced personalization. Basically, you're having 1 million players, and all of them has a very unique experience on your platform. 1 million different options, that every single player, have for themselves. And it's smooth and it's highly dynamic. And we actually, even as the operator, we don't know how it should look on the player because, AI helps, to customize it based on the player preferences, and it's just evolving over the time. So I think it's something we can expect from many industries, but iGaming in particular, because sometimes it feels that iGaming somewhere on the bleeding edge on the stuff, and adopting the technology faster than most of the classic, businesses.
All right. So from no, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, and from operator stuff, I don't know, loyal players, because they would love, this personalization. It would be, feeling like your, I don't know, fortress when you're coming to that, not like, coming back home, because everything is so built for exactly you that they really want, to stay and hang around and maybe, play a little bit more. So I would say the result would be revenue growth, market leadership, whoever will be, spearheading this, and loyal players.
All right. So from your perspective as a CTO, what's the most underestimated opportunity in applying AI in online gambling?
I would say still this kind of personalization. So many companies, trying this, but I don't see this on the market, to be honest. Right now, I'm trying to go to the different platforms, just to see, what people are doing and implementing, and I can't see this so far. So I think this is the point, that we should focus on.
All right. So for the listeners out there that are curious about getting hands-on on the great tech AI tools, where should they start?
Yeah, watch our tutorials, that where we started, this call. So because I actually enjoyed it quite a lot. It's have a lot of fun around, and but also some, practical explanation on what you can get and what you achieve and in what way it does work. So I'm really fond of the jobs that the great tech team did with those tutorials. So highly recommend. And then you can always sign up for a demo where our people will show this in a real meeting, how this magic comes together.
All right. And what's one misconception about AI in iGaming you would love to see disappear in the next year?
Well, I hope that people start to realize, and once again, this is a topic I touched, that AI is not something new and very complex and it's magic. It's actually well-known technology for many years, and many people were investing in this. A lot of scientists was working on this for decades and decades, and I don't know. So even the word AI, it's appeared in 1970s, I believe. So it just so known stuff for us, and it's so clear how it's working. Now we just need to find how to better adapt it for the businesses, improve it bit by bit, hoping for the breakthrough, of course, in different departments of AI. But in general, it's very known, it's very stable, and it's very cool technology, to work around. So I'm really enjoy working with AI. I know our teams and everyone right now is really enjoying, being a part of this project. So this is really cool stuff.
All right. So as a wrap up, we started a new tradition on the Hipther Talks 2 episodes ago, where the guest from the earlier episode left a message to you without knowing who you are. So I will play this message back to you.
All right.
Share the screen, and you can then have a message for the next guest, which you don't know who it is. So let me just play back this from the last episode. All right. There we go. All right. So this was the actual first message we have recorded in this style. So Vadim, what's your message for our next guest?
My message for the next guest, like, be passionate about what you're doing, and you will be happy every day. Don't spend your life on things you don't like.
All right, that has been one powerful message. Thank you so much. Okay. All right, so that's it. That was a short and sweet message. So what's your message for the next guest?
So yeah, it's really hard to beat this message because it's so true. I like it a lot, and I just want to probably, evolve it. Just we need to live in the moment. It's so fascinating around what is going on. Of course, a lot of bad stuff happening as well, but we shouldn't focus probably on that and trying to really live our lives, trying to create a better future for our children. Because this is the world they will be living. So yeah, focus on the life balance, be with your family, hug your family today and tell them that they're really important and that you love them.
All right, Edward. Thank you so much for this great message, and I definitely know that our next guest will enjoy it. And thank you so much for your time, for being with us today, sharing these insights. And yeah, for our audience, thank you for sticking around. We will be back next week with more crazy stuff. Take good care, everyone. Bye bye.
It was an honor. Bye bye.
And that's a wrap for this section of Hipther Talks. Thank you for being a part of our journey today. Don't forget to tune in next week for more insights and discussions. Stay connected with us on Spotify, YouTube, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, and more. Until then, keep exploring and keep growing. We'll see you next time.